amazing, but we're numb to it because we're used to it. Because everything we think about, we actually create. Thoughts are causative.
That's a huge thing.
Your podcast. How'd this start? Boom.
I said I'm going to start this, and then
you manifested it right out of the thought.
Boom! It's coming. Now it's there, and now it's one of the most exciting parts of my life. Mm-hmm. I'm meeting the most important people that I've ever met in my life because of this, and I'm at episode 11. Yeah. I think. Do
you understand we have superpowers?
I totally get that. Like, that makes sense to me. How do you convey that to people stuck? How do you convey that message that we are so much more creative? We are so much more intelligent than pushing the register.
Yeah. By showing that it's possible. By leading by example. You can't help eliminating others what you tolerate in yourself. And so when you go out and you crush that Iron Man, or you go and manifest and you create shit, or you say, hey, I'm going to do this, and you do it, you give others permission to do the same.
How many Ironmans have you hit this year?
3. 2 halves and 1 full.
What's a half Ironman? Explain that to my...
Well, a half Ironman is 1.2 mile swim, 56 mile bike ride, and then I think like a 13 mile run. But the full Ironman's a lot bigger.
Yeah, double that.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I went because I took the family to Coeur d'Alene, and I heard that this year was the last year that Coeur d'Alene did that, and that's so sad.
Mm-hmm. Is it still going?
Yeah, it'll come back up. I heard that Coeur d'Alene is no longer doing it.
Yeah, it's because the Chinese bought it. I think they're trying to... I don't know if the money's not there or what it is, but... yeah, they're going away from it.
Which is so unfortunate for me because I love Coeur d'Alene. I love the town of Coeur d'Alene, and the Ironman is the one that brought me to Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
After I can't remember if... When did you guys do that? That was last summer?
Yeah. It's June of 2016.
Okay, so Hattie wasn't born yet. No, she's a year and a half. Yeah, she was born. But she was brand new. We took my daughter to that and Keenan and celebrated you guys doing that. But you and Bo running that Ironman brought us to Coeur d'Alene, and that made me fall in love with that city.
Yeah.
That is a freaking magical city. Afterwards, I started talking to people who grew up in Spokane and in the surrounding area, and found out about some of the stuff they do for Christmas on the lake right there where Ironman Village was, that marina.
Yeah.
They turn it into Santa Claus. It's ridiculous. Like Santa's, for the kids in that area, they jump onto a ferry boat, take a tour around, and do a tour of lights around the lake. End up at the owners of that arena or marina have a marine garage that opens up, and Santa's sleigh comes out and comes onto the ferry, and Santa has a list of all the boys and girls on that ferry of who's on the naughty list and who's on the nice list.
Nice.
And hands out presents and stuff. And it's like, it just sounds like this magical creation. Like the people I've met that have grown up in Coeur d'Alene are like blessed. They feel like they grew up in a magical place, because then the minute you go to anywhere else, like life sucks a little bit more. that's one of the, like, that is where I want to raise my kids.
Yeah.
A place where when they move away from that, they're going to find out life sucks.
And they're going to come back
a little bit different.
Yeah.
And you can find that in a lot of small towns.
Mm-hmm.
You can find that all over the world. The trick is you got to go out there and find it.
Yeah. I feel that way about Conway.
Yes. How do you coach goal setting? When you have a new onboard,
yeah,
and you're looking at someone who's fresh off the street, eager, hungry, ready to roll, how do you get there from 0 to the world is possible?
You know, I'm still learning that. It's tough, man. I have a team, and I love them to death, and I love them so much I get pissed off when they don't achieve their goals. I sometimes feel like I want more for them than they want for themselves. And it's partially because I've been involved in this personal development training where I've seen people, they're playing at a much bigger level than I can even, what I play at, right? Which, when you haven't been exposed to that, then to them, when they come in and they set a big goal, it's like $100,000 a year income. There's nothing wrong with, like, you know, $100,000 versus $1 million or $2 million. It's just the context, right? It's just a number. But what I find is, I see sometimes people, they grow their goals, sometimes to appease me, but that's not because of what they want. It's because they think I might be disappointed because their goals are smaller. They're not big enough. And so it's a really interesting tightrope I walk, because I believe people need to make more money. I believe that people need to think bigger and be, do, and have more. I believe we're put here on this planet to expand and grow and get better and better and better. Because that's one thing I've learned, is everybody in life has one thing in common that they want, and they all want to get better. They want better income, they want better fitness, they want better faith, they want better ties with their family, connections with their family, and they want better fun times. Right?
Absolutely.
But the thing is, what challenges me is people don't do the fucking work. And when their feet don't match what's coming out of their mouth, I get challenged. And I'm like, what is it? I'll sit here and paint the vision, and I'm like, you can literally be, do, and have anything you want in life. You can. Other people have done it. Gandhi, Tony Robbins, frickin' Donald Trump, even Obama, all these people, everybody, and I can't believe I just put that guy in there, but everybody has achieved something really big. And I just think sometimes most people gauge what they're capable of based on what they've seen their friends do.
Change your friends,
Show me your friends, I'll tell you your future.
Yeah.
Right?
You've put that out there a bunch of times, and it's very true. Now...
So you're asking how you coach on it. And
how do you coach? From there... When you know you have that complacent...
Yeah. Coach them up or out.
Person. Yeah.
You've got to learn, because I've drug a lot of people through to get them to succeed that didn't want it. If their financial thermostat's $40,000 a year, and they tell me, yeah, Jeff, I want to make 100, they'll only make 40 because that's what they want, right? They got to change their relationship with money. And you can't help people more than they're willing to help themselves. They got to come up with the idea themselves. And so I guess one thing I'm learning is I have to adjust my culture. I got to raise my standards, because people perform to the standards and expectation of their peer group. And so I'm really looking, as far as people I coach that really get my attention, are the ones that are in alignment with where I intend to go. You know, I think I dream unapologetically big. because I want to help a lot of people and contribute. And you know, I have buddies that their goal is to tithe and give away $1 million a year. Well, I'll tell you what, in order to give away $1 million a year...
You have to make 10, right?
At least. Right? Yeah. Biblically, you do, right? And so, yet, you got to become more. And you're so capable of it. And so, there's a book called The Regrets of the Dying. And the biggest regret people have is not the mistakes they made. It's the risks they don't take.
If I would have just jumped on this... Where would I be?
If I would have just asked that girl out, if I would have just invested or gambled and not listened to my fear, right? So back to the coaching people, I watched this video, and Grant Cardone, love him, hate him, he's aggressive, he gets shit done, right? But what happened, I watched this video, and I put it on my Facebook wall, because some people think he's a dick, and he probably is, but he does one thing, his metric is he succeeds. And so at least you can take that form, you can take that special power that he has and dissect it. And in his video, he said that he was a drug abuser, and his mother made him go to counseling. And I think he was in rehab, actually rehab for like 9 months. And his counselor said, "I'll see you back here. You'll be back." And he used that energy to be like, "Fuck you. I'll prove you wrong." And I'm almost thinking of going down that path with my people and just seeing if it'll motivate them, because I get motivated when people doubt me.
There's a it can work, it can backfire. There's I've had, and it also depends on
who you're talking to,
the personality,
strengths, yeah,
right? Because I've had people that have said that to me, and I'm like, well, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
But the other thing is you can also have the same guy tell you, fuck you, you're not doing it. And it does ignite.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait a minute, I can do this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm capable of doing this?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And because I literally, like 5 years ago, I was almost fired and had the exact same conversation. When I came out of that meeting, what I said to my immediate boss after getting talked to with like 3 or 4 people in the upline was, what value can I add to the team being a seasoned veteran?
Yeah.
You know, how do I train people aspiring to be where I'm at? How do I, can I do this, blah, blah, fucking blah. It came down to a numbers thing. I knew my numbers, and I could train people on numbers.
Yeah.
And that's how it came. So that's kind of the, and that's where I also discovered where I really like talking.
Yeah.
I just like communicating with people.
Yeah.
Whether it be in sales, whether it be in podcasting, whether it be in whatever.
Yeah. So you found your strengths, right?
Yeah, you find your strengths through that motivation. I found the strength in the motivation, but there's been times when people have given me the exact same motivation, and I said, fuck you, I will outlast you.
Yeah, and that's what, I think maybe that's what I'm learning is, maybe I haven't done it yet, but maybe that's a way to coach a high performer and just be like, I don't think you got it in you, let's see it. You might not do it. And then they'll be like, fuck you, I'll prove you wrong. Because that's how I am. Like, if people tell me I can't do something, like, I put posts on Facebook, and if people laugh at me, or laugh at my goals, they're like,
if you have a high performer that's lagging, that's absolutely the way to do it.
I think so. Because, like, people laugh at me, and they're like, shh, Jeff, look at Jeff over here. He's going to buy 100 homes next year. Yeah, fucking right. And I go and do it. It's like Muhammad Ali. I'll show you how fucking great I am.
Total.
Because I can do it.
Total fucking stupid admission is when you first started taking ownership of your career.
Yeah.
When you were no longer part of an agency and you were doing the Jeff Latham thing. I don't think it was Jeff Latham Unlimited at the time. It was like something else. But when you first took ownership, it was, oh yeah, here's Jeff doing this thing. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years later,